Welcome back to another episode of Kicking It with Coach Red, where we bring you all the news, stories, takes, and opinions about your favorite teams from the Pacific Northwest, from the good to the bad to the Mariners.
The Mariners, baby. Let's go.
The,
Let's go.
the MF and Mariners. Um, they're currently locked in game two while we are recording this. And we are
The
sitting here.
Mariners.
And since our last record, the Mariners have not lost a game. So
Correctamundo.
it's been fun. So it's going to be a fun recap. And then we're going to play a little game at the end. So, but before we do that, why don't I tell you a little bit about us? If you're looking for a guy that will lead you with his voice right to the promised land, just like a guy named Dave Niehaus did for the Seattle Mariners, maybe you're looking for a guy like me, your boy Coach Red. You can find me on Twitter at the real Coach Red, and yes, we're still saying Twitter. On Instagram at the real underscore Coach Red. Also, hop on over to YouTube or whatever they call that now. Search Kicking It with Coach Red. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, leave a comment or two. If you are looking for a guy whose voice is sweet and sultry, just like it was made for radio, just like it's made for podcasting, you might be looking for a guy like Cain.
I'm Cain. You can find me on Twitter at Cain2406, on YouTube at Cain06, TikTok and Kick Cain0624.
And if you're looking for a guy that, although he's not in the booth all the time, it's a little sporadic, but you love the content when he's there, just like our boy Ryan Roland Smith, the hyphen, is Lefty France.
What up, peeps? Oh, follow me on X at Lefty France, on Instagram at Go over and follow the pod on X and Instagram at Coach Red Pod. Follow us. Do it, freaking do it.
It sounds like you're trying to pimp like the new Ashley Madison, like hop on X to find someone that is also an X.
You're like the people that put that flashing X sign in front of all of those apartments.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yep.
He's repping the X.
That'll probably be the only time I call it X, but
okay,
fair enough.
All right, let's jump
go along
in.
with it.
Little recap action. Start off on a Thursday night game. Shohei Ohtani on the bump and facing off against, I believe that was Brian Wu.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Wu goes pretty strong into that game. Shohei Ohtani leaves early again with hand cramps, and Angels built a little bit of a lead. But my Mariner of last week comes through with a grand slam off. Was it
awesome.
Estevez?
Yes,
Savon,
Estevez,
who has not blown a save all year, and Cade Marlowe goes 100-mile-an-hour, top shelf, turns it around, puts it in the stands for a go-ahead grand slam in the 8th inning, and they shut the door and get the win. And big game. I think that really set the tone for the entire series as a whole. Spoiler alert, they won every game.
Yep.
What was awesome about that grand slam too was Estevez gave Marlowe like 3 or 4 straight pitches of that
same spot.
Yep,
that one was
literally
just a little bit lower.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Marlowe just made him pay. It was incredible.
Fun fact, that was the first grand slam in Major League history by a Savannah Banana alumni.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I did not know he was a Savannah Banana.
You got to start listening to the podcast when you're not on here, big guy.
Yeah. I guess so.
Let's go to game 2. That would have been Friday night, and going Luis Castillo versus Reed Detmers. Luis Castillo been hot. Reed Detmers somehow owned the Mariners, and it was score run-a-palooza. I almost had to take a nap. They scored so many runs in that game.
Hey, and Ty France hit another home run.
Ty France,
Yes,
Dylan
sir.
Moore, Julio
Oh,
Rodriguez,
Julio.
Cal Raleigh.
Yo.
It was Dylan Moore's 426 to straightaway center. That ball was tanked. And big shout out Demo getting some more playing time with the moves that were made, with Kelnick going on the injured list, with Colton Wong being DFA'd. And he's getting at bats against righties where you thought Rojas was going to take some of those at bats, but he's getting some regular playing time. And
He's
it
heating
was
up.
fun to see. There were multiple times where I said, I was watching the game and I'm like, if this gets to Julio right here, the pitcher that they had in after Detmers, I was like, this guy doesn't have the sauce. I think Julio is going to take him yard. And he goes, Oppo like taco, upper tank right center. And they pull out the win. I believe it was 9-7 on that one.
Yes, sir. It's
Yep.
just great to see. It's another game where the Mariners put everything together. They had 14 hits, and it's just kind of been a streak for them when they just are down. They are fighting back, and they gave up the lead. They were up, 5-1 at one point. They stormed back, tied it at 5. Julio hit his home run. Then they tied it up again. The pitching shut the door. It's just textbook and how it should be. They're playing like we all thought they should play this year.
Yeah.
And it really showed in this Angel series, man.
Well,
I
it
was
was
blown
nice in
away.
that game, even though Luis Castillo got blown up a little bit, was susceptible to the long ball. He still got you through 6 innings because his pitch count was relatively low, which helped save the bullpen because you had an extra inning game on Sunday. So that little bit to help save the bullpen because the Angels bullpen was taxed. You had Shohei exit in the 5th. I don't think Detmers got into the 5th. So that extra tax on the bullpen really played out as the series went along. All right, let's go to Saturday's game. Lefty, tell us all about it.
Saturday.
Great day.
It was on Saturday. No, they won that one 3-2. And Kirby got the win, his 10th win of the season.
Love
So,
Josh Kirby.
and Julio, like you guys were saying, heating up and pretty much won us that game single-handedly.
Sir.
3 for 4, 2 RBIs.
Yeah, he killed it that game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And everything coming off his bat right now is being hit extremely hard.
Yeah, and
one
he's
thing
just out there having fun too. It's
one thing I want to put out there too. Tom Murphy, man, has been playing very well as well. Like
he's
the stick is
300
there.
Yeah.
It's like it was before he got injured last year.
Well, and this is what we talked about. You're finding those guys that are getting more consistent playing time, and they're running that, DH catcher duo combo with a lot over this last couple of weeks with Cal and Tom Murphy. You're seeing some diminished at bats from Mike Ford. You're seeing some diminished at bats from Rojas, who started his first game with the team and hasn't really got much consistent playtime since. But, you're looking at Caballero, who was getting consistent playtime. That's getting some taken off the plate. So you're starting to see those guys that are starting to perform, and it's good to see. And you get in that game was the game where a streak had ended where Eugenio Suarez set a Mariners record for most consecutive games with an RBI on Friday night. Streak broken Saturday. Big ups to Gino.
Dude.
And then,
I tell you,
Cain,
when he's hot,
tell
he's
us
hot.
about Sunday.
All right, Sunday. My boy JP Crawford started the game off hot with a dinger to center field. Love a JP homer and career high on the year, 10 home runs. Love to see that. Then Mike Moustakas tied it up just like that. Then, everybody's next favorite Mariner pretty much is Teo, and he homered.
Everybody's
again.
next favorite Mariner.
It could be, Everybody loves Teo. Come on. He homered, put us up again. Pitching was kind of good on both sides.
Bryce Miller started the game. His first 9 outs were all strikeouts. The first 3 innings, the only outs he recorded were strikeouts. If the Angels put the ball in fair territory, it was a hit. If they did not, he struck them out. He threw 3 innings, 9 Ks.
He was good. But then
he was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
The blister's better.
Jeez.
But in the 7th, they tied it up again. Gino came out in the 10th, singled the left. Ty France scored.
He tried to start a new streak.
Yeah, and Julio got thrown out at third. That was tough to see. But, pitcher came in. Saucedo came in and struck out the side.
He's juiced too.
His celebration was legendary.
The Angels got lost in the sauce. It's always good to be your former team.
And the best, I said it last week, and I was saying it the whole series. I said it was a must-win series, and they came out and swept them. It was fantastic. Especially in the playoff race. If you do a
4-game sweep, it's called a mop.
And in the playoff race, it really helped. It put distance between them.
Yeah. And then you get to Tuesday night, Logan Gilbert on the bump, and he is phenomenal. Sets a new career high with
12
strikeouts with 12. He's the only pitcher to ever strike Juan Soto out 3 times in a game. Hong Song Kim at the top of the lineup gets K'd 3 times by him, and he was hit. I believe he's got a 14 or 15 game hitting streak was going on. He gets one late to keep that going, but he was batting like 400 over that period, and to get struck out 3 times. I will say this: the zone was not the best by the umpire. It was favorable and disappointing to both sides. We'll put that out there, but the first run in total Mariners fashion is a bases loaded pitch clock violation walk.
Yeah.
And then Dylan Moore gets up later in the game and hits a triple just off of center fielder Grisham's glove, put him up 2-0. And then you get the battery of former Padres. Thank you for our setup man and our closer to finish out the game in Matt Brash and
Munoz.
Yeah.
Is the golden sombrero 4 strikeouts?
What's that?
The golden sombrero 4 strikeouts.
Yep.
Yes,
and
sir.
That's the first time that Soto ever got it. And that pitch, it took a while for the umpire to ring him up, but that ball was touching the little EQC box on my screen.
The box. Julio's fake grabbed or the
that was amazing. That was amazing.
That's when you know he's having fun. Guy is just teasing everyone.
Oh, dude. That was just a cap on the night. To take one away from Tatis of all people, too.
Yeah.
And for him to just flash it oh my God. It said so cool. Chills.
Yeah, that was a sweet grab. And he gave the Twitter X.
Oh. Nailed it. Boom.
Full circle, baby.
Yeah. Here we go. Mike drop. Brian Cranston in Albuquerque. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. All right. Now we're going to get into a little game, which is a game that I like to call Who's Hotter Right Now? We got 6 Mariners, and I've got 6 celebrities.
I feel like we should have the da-da-da-da.
You could do it.
Song, that music for this.
So the first Mariner that I want to talk about in Who's Hotter is Bryce Miller. Within the last 7 days, he threw his 1 game, 5 innings pitched, 1 run given up, 0 walks, 10 Ks. It's kind of a little bit of a young gun in his rookie season. So I figured let's find a celebrity that's also a little bit of a young gun who's really busts on the scene, and that is comedian Matt Rife, who sold out his worldwide tour in 2 days and is, as the ladies would say, a thirst trap as well. So, who is hotter right now, Bryce Miller or Matt Rife? Don't all talk at once.
Kane, you go first.
All right. If I must. Who's hotter? Matt Rife, and that is for the sole fact that he did sell out his world tour in 2 days. He also gets grandma numbers or mom's numbers. The dude is blowing up bigger than I think anybody's ever seen. Don't get me wrong. Bryce's last start was great. 10 punchies. Love to see it. But
punchies.
Yeah. You know what? I watch a lot of MLB The Show. All right. So just all right. But Matt Rife is definitely hotter right now.
I'm gonna agree. I did see a TikTok with Tom Segura and God, what's his name?
Das Machine.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't the machine. It was the hillbilly guy.
Theo Vaughn.
Yeah, Theo Vaughn. And they were like talking about Matt Rife, and they were showing like pictures, and it was him shirtless, and they're like, "This guy is beautiful." Like they were just raving about him. I'm like, okay, like I gotta go with Matt Rife. I see him everywhere. And he is,
and on the upside, he's hilarious.
He is super funny.
All right,
his videos are great.
And I did see a little interview with Bryce Miller this week, and he just seemed kind of bland. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
God, get out of here. He looks great. But Matt Rife, so hot right now.
So hot.
And Bryce Miller, they were contemplating bringing up Emerson Hancock before the forearm inflammation to Brian Wu, anyways, and contemplating how to do some inning management. And you kind of had that with the blister right before the All-Star break for Bryce Miller. But he hadn't been pitching as effectively. He was a little bit more susceptible to the long ball his last couple starts. So it was really a good bounce back start, which kind of was going to keep them at the 5-man rotation. And then Wu injury brings up Hancock for tonight's game. But I think that little up and down where you're seeing that upward trajectory from Matt Rife. But Bryce Miller is pretty hot right now after that last start. It's pretty good to see.
Yeah.
I'll give it to him.
All right. Our next player is Dylan Moore, Demo himself. Dylan Moore over the last 7 games is rocking a .357 batting average, 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run over that stretch. Who's hotter, Dylan Moore or Selena Gomez? Selena Gomez back into acting. Oh, geez, where are we going here? Only Murders in the Building is back for season 3, just debuted this week. Really glowed up on her acting game from this. So, who's hotter right now, Selena Gomez or Demo?
I'm going to go with Dylan Moore because, as you said, dude is hitting above 300. He's been very clutch. I mean, like the other night, the triple.
Insurance run, baby. Love to see
it. It was needed, and he's got wheels, let me tell you. I love me some Demo a little bit more than I love Selena Gomez.
I wonder where Lefty's going to go here. I saw his face when I said Selena Gomez. I have a feeling.
I have never been a Selena Gomez fan,
does your lady friend watch this, Lefty? This is a safe place. All right, it's a safe place.
Are you so sick of that same old love, Lefty?
I've never really been a Selena fan, so I'm strictly going Demo because of that. And
Okay.
he is on fire, so.
Okay. Dylan Moore so hot right now. And I think the other thing that really ramps it up is he's not platooning as much anymore either. He's getting those at bats against righties. He gives you the versatility where if you can start him in the outfield and have Cabby come in, then you can pinch hit, can zone, Cade Marlowe late in the game. He can shift to the infield. I think it's done wonders. And I think that you're going to get to a spot here pretty soon where Haggerty's playing pretty well in AAA. I think he's going to be up as well pretty soon. And the versatility that those two can give you and where they were playing at the end of last year, you're starting to see them get back to that level again here late season. And Selena Gomez, love the show. But I think that as far as the hype train that's building right now, I think Dylan Moore, all aboard, choo choo, let's go.
Yep.
Fan favorite of the show.
All right.
Gotta go with him.
This one is someone that both of these guys were big stars last year. Still on the hotness train here, but we're going to go with Matt Brash over the last 7 days. 4 games pitched, 4 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks, and primarily going in that setup role that was held down by Munoz, but with the trade of Paul Sewald has bumped him back. I believe he also gets a save in there as well over the weekend. So big stuff for Matt Brash. And who's hotter, Matt Brash or Miles Teller? Big glow up from the Top Gun movie, and he's still making his rounds. People are talking about him. He's hanging out with Aaron Rodgers, all this stuff. Miles Teller, very cool guy. Matt Brash, both these guys. Matt Brash, you couldn't hit him last year. Once you got to the second half of the season, he stopped everything. I'm sure that Miles Teller stopped a lot of girls' hearts when they saw that stash in Top Gun, and they kind of took a little bit of a break, but they're back again. Who's hotter?
Lefty, you take this one first.
I'm going Miles Teller, all because my blondest loves Miles Teller. And I agree he's a very good looking guy. But yeah,
he's making good looking career choices.
Yeah. Great.
It's
great.
He had one of the biggest glow ups I've ever seen, to be honest.
Yeah.
I remember when he started a movie called 21 and Over. What a great film.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go with good old Matt Brash. He has been excellent in that setup position, as you've been saying. Sometimes he gets a little dicey though. He does. But he gets out of it, and that's the best part of it. And he does it in dramatic fashion.
His strikeout of Shohei. Oh,
yeah.
Upper tanked him 99.
Yeah,
it was glorious to see. I think that he has been a big part in these 4 games that he's pitched. I just think he is scorching hot right now.
Matt Brash, so hot right now.
Yes, sir.
Matt Brash, so hot right now. Earlier in the season, it was a lot of up and down. You saw a lot more runs given up, but starting to look at some of the numbers, win-loss on the year, sitting at 7-3. Rick notches his second save, and he's really dialed it in a little bit more since the Sewald trade. And he had been building up, and I think that's what gave them confidence to be able to move Paul Sewald. And with the likes of Saucedo taking some more higher leverage stuff. You got Gabe Spire, you got Justin Topa, who are all taking those steps forward. I think Matt Brash, you're seeing the form that we saw last year, where even if it does get a little bit dicey, runs aren't crossing the board, or if they are, it's in a get work situation, kind of like you saw with Paul Sewald. When the pressure's on, it might not be all you love to see because it raised your blood pressure a little bit, but he gets the job done and is going to be instrumental in the rest of this year. And if Miles Teller had another movie out right now, Lefty, might be flipping.
I'm pissed.
Man, as you said, when the game is close or when it is time to get serious, this whole bullpen is just
Nails.
unreal.
Nails. All right. The next player we have is J.P. Crawford.
Ooh.
Over the last 7 games, batting .348, scored 4 runs, has a dinger, 4 walks, and Gold Glove / web gem type plays up the middle, diving, laying out, making these crazy looking plays, looking so good. You know what else looking so good? Margot Robbie, star of Barbie. Who is hotter right now?
Ooh.
You're playing with my
spicy these last couple.
You're playing with my heart. You're playing with my heart.
Man.
I love Margot Robbie.
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna go a little bit darker than that. It's like your heart is above the belt, not below.
She is gorgeous. She is talented. She can play so many roles, man.
She can play Barbie, Harley Quinn.
Dave, she's great in everything she's in. She's great. But JP Crawford is hotter right now. JP has been instrumental. As you said, he had a Gold Glove play where he took one away up the middle to end the game. Was fantastic to see. The dude is a firecracker for this offense. And honestly, it's terrifying seeing him get on and J-Rod just do what he does best. And the walks are huge because it's getting into better positions. I mean, he's playing smart baseball, and this is what you need out of your leadoff hitter, especially in a big playoff push. So yeah. JP Crawford is hotter right now.
Follow that up, Lefty.
I'm going to agree.
Say about Margot Robbie for 5 minutes.
I do like Margot Robbie, and I think Barbie, the movie Barbie, has a lot of views. A lot of people like it, but I'm going JP. Like Cain was saying, 4 walks out of the leadoff in 7 games.
6.
Huge. 6 games.
It's the last 7 days.
7 days. So
they
last
only had 6 games in.
Almost a walk a game. And yeah, it is what you want to see out of your leadoff. Like, he needs to get on to allow Julio, Gino, all those guys to hit it, to have them score. So I'm going JP.
What he does,
a great leader too.
What he does in the leadoff position is just. I've said it all year that he needs to be the leadoff guy. He's so smart.
Yeah.
JP Crawford's so hot right now. He's the igniter of this whole thing. And Margot Robbie, she just keeps turning out big movies, but JP Crawford's taking that next step forward. Since our last taping, sets a new career best for home runs. He's hitting the ball extremely hard, jumping on pitches early in games, getting on base at a high clip. It's what the Mariners team needs. And defense is locked down right now. Locked down because of JP Crawford. He is exciting and igniting with the glove. And right now, JP Crawford is a little bit hotter than Margot Robbie.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next, we've got Logan Gilbert, who over the last week, because this will include the Boston game that he started, gave up 3 runs over the course of 6 innings, but kept the Mariners close enough where they could come back and win late. Does not get the win in that game, but as I said earlier, the Mariners have won the last 7 starts by Logan Gilbert. But he also, over the stretch of the last week, 2 games pitched, 13 innings, gave up 3 runs, 3 walks, and 17 Ks across 13 innings. And he's a guy that's really good rookie year, very good sophomore year, going into year 3. What we've seen so far is getting even better. I'm looking at a guy to compare him to that has seen a similar trajectory to continue to grow and advance, and that is Bert Kreischer.
Damn it.
It doesn't get easier as
God
we go along.
damn it.
The hotter the Mariners
The
player, the
machine.
hotter the celebrity here. Guys, that's the point. It gets more. It's not going to get easier.
Shit.
I'm not going to be like, who's next? We got Taylor Saucedo or Riff Raff.
Damn it.
Come on, man.
Damn it.
Who's going first?
Lefty, go ahead.
I'm going probably with the machine. That guy is all over the place. I see
First
his
stand-up
face
comedian
everywhere,
to get a
really.
movie made about a joke
Yeah.
he told.
Yeah, exactly. Just crazy. Logan is hot right now, but I mean, the machine is worldwide. He's known worldwide. I'm going machine.
I have to agree, Das Machine. Bert Kreischer also had his big tour as well as his movie out, and he did very, very well.
And
So
he's got one of the top 5 podcasts in America as
Yeah.
well.
So Bert Kreischer is hotter right now, but don't get me wrong, Logan Gilbert's still hot.
Bert Kreischer's so hot right now. Just keeps upgrading. And we talked about this early season predictions. We said, although you might get better numbers from Kirby, from Luis Castillo, from Robbie Ray, Logan Gilbert is probably going to lead this team in wins. And he's flirting with that because the Mariners somehow play behind him extremely well. And that's when they get the run production. And he will have his rockier games, but then you look at games like he had against San Francisco, complete game shutout. The game last night going 7 strong against the lineup that can get hot and cold, but the amount of strikeouts he was dealing, even though some of them were aided from the umpire, some of the Mariners strikeouts were aided from the umpire as well. So I think with what you're seeing out of Logan, it's continued success, but Bert Kreischer a little bit hotter right now. All right.
Yep.
The next Mariner we have is this is also the last one. Julio Rodriguez. Batting .416, 10 hits, 3 doubles, a homer, 5 runs, 3 walks, and his defense could have won the first game against the Padres. He's covering so much ground and looking like a stud, and I believe he leads the majors in runs saved by an outfielder right now.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Who's hotter, Julio Rodriguez or some chick named Taylor Swift?
All right. I'm going to have to go with the J-Rod show. Dude has been absolutely electric. And as you have said numerous times, when Julio performs, the team performs. And, she may have had one of the best world tours. I don't give a dang. All I care about is the Mariners winning. And Julio has just been that guy for the Mariners, and it's just something you love to see.
I'm going to agree with Cain. Julio has been on fire. And it's the perfect time, and we needed it to happen. And it makes it up for all of the beginning of the season where it was painful to watch, because now he is, you want to watch him every night. Like, he's going to go out and perform at the plate and in the field. So I'm going Julio. And yeah, I only care about the Mariners winning. So
yes, sir.
Taylor Swift may be hotter on no matter, or depending on who you ask, but I'm going Julio.
Julio Rodriguez, so hot right now.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift with the world tour was in Seattle. They had an earthquake that happened, tons of people there. But guess what? Her shows are only sometimes twice a week, sometimes once a week. Guess what? You get to watch the J Rod show 6 times a week.
Yeah.
And it is must see TV right now. He is scalding the ball all over the park, making plays with his legs on the base pass. You know, he's getting thrown out a little bit more than I'd like, but he's also making world class plays in the outfield. And like Cain said, and I've said in the past, this team goes as Julio goes, and
Yeah.
he's doing some big things right now, and you could really see that translate to the win column specifically, and it's really bringing up these people. And we kind of talked about the Cade Marlowe being the tone setter for the series, but with the Mariners going down and Julio tying it up with that 2-run dinger, that's what you needed, that from Julio Rodriguez in that moment, because it seemed like it loosened everything up again. It started to get tight and tense, and it loosened it up. And you love to see it from a guy like Julio, and he's getting more and more sponsorship deals. So guess what?
He's really winning.
Sorry, T Swizzle.
Sorry,
He's the problem. He's a problem. But you know what shouldn't be a problem? Hopping onto social media and giving us a follow. Like me, your boy Coach Red. Find me on Twitter at the Real Coach Red, on Instagram at the Real_Coach Red. Also hop on over to YouTube, search Kicking In with Coach Red, like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications, leave a comment or two. Cain, where you at?
You can find me on Twitter at Cain2406, on YouTube at Cain06, TikTok and Kick Cain0624.
Lefty France, take us home.
Follow me on Twitter at Lefty France, on Instagram at DFrance13. Go over and follow the pod at Coach Red Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Follows. Do it, freaking do it.
And as always, stay fresh.
Stay fresh, peeps.
Peace.